Hi everyone, this is Sunil Kumar from Sri Venkateshwara College of Engineering. I am from the Department of Computer Science. Today we are going to discuss about the topics of web development and its applications. The contents are Introduction to HTML, Syntax of HTML, Semantics of HTML, Elements of HTML, and the Attributes of HTML. Coming to the introduction, HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, and it is the most widely used language to write web pages. Hypertext refers to the way in which web pages are linked together. Thus, the links available on the web pages is called hypertext. As the name suggests, HTML is a markup language, which means you can use HTML to simply mark up a text document with tags that tell a web browser how to structure it and to display. Originally, HTML was developed with the intent of defining the structure of documents like headings, paragraphs, lists, and so forth to facilitate the sharing of scientific information between researchers. Now, HTML is being widely used to format web pages with the help of different tags available in the HTML language. Here is an example for HTML document which provides the output of my first heading, my first paragraph, which uses the tags like heading and the paragraph. Coming to the HTML elements, the HTML element is everything from start tag to the end tag. Tag name, content goes here. Example of some HTML elements like h1 describes the headings, p describes the paragraph. Next, in HTML elements, there are nested HTML elements. HTML elements can be nested. The nesting means that elements can contain other elements. All HTML documents consist of nested HTML elements. Some examples of the nested HTML elements are H angular braces enclosed by HTML, angular brace of body, angular brace with h1, and angular brace with p. P refers to the paragraph. Here is a simple example. We are taking the doc type HTML and HTML. Body of the HTML consists of heading and the paragraph. Next, tags in the HTML, where the tag HTML defines the root of an HTML document, body defines the document's body, h1 and 2 h6 defines HTML headings. Next, coming on to HTML attributes, all HTML elements can have attributes. Attributes provide additional information about elements. Attributes are always specified in the start tag. Attributes usually come in name or value pairs, like name is equals to value, which are enclosed by the inverted commas. The H reference attributes. The angular brace with a tag defines a hyperlink. The H reference attribute specifies the URL of the page the link goes to. Example, this takes to the link of W3 schools. The source attribute. Here, image tag is used to embed a image in the HTML page. The source attribute describes the path to the image to be displayed. Here is a simple program to take the image into an HTML document, which takes the image of image girl.jpg, which having the width of 500 and height of 600. Next, all HTML elements can have attributes. The H reference, here H refers to the hyper. H reference attributes of A specifies the URL of the page the link goes to. The source attribute of image specifies the path to the image to be displayed. The width and height attribute of image provides size information for images. The alt attribute of image provides an alternate text for an image. The style attribute is used to add styles to an element such as color, font, size, and etc. The language attribute of the HTML tag describes the language of web page. The title attribute defines some extra information about an element. Here is a brief description. Next, coming on to semantic elements. A semantic element clearly describes its meaning to both the browser and the developer. Example of non-semantic elements are division and span. Tells nothing about its contents. Next, example for semantic elements are form, table, article, which describes the contents in the Semantic elements. Here is an example how semantic elements in the HTML are. Many websites contain HTML code like /divide id is equals to navigation, class header, id footer to navigate header and the footer. In HTML, there are some semantic elements that can be used to define different parts of web pages. They are article, aside, details, caption, figure, footer, header, main, mark, navigation, section, summary, time, etc. Here is the structure of the semantics. From this, the section element defines a section in the document. According to W3's HTML documentation, a section is a thematic group of content, typically with an heading. Is an example where section elements can be used. Those are chapters, introduction, news items, content information. A web page could normally be split into sections for introduction, content, and the information. Here is an example where section is divided into two. One is the heading, which consists of WWF. The paragraph, the Worldwide Fund of Nature WWF is an international organization working on issues regarding the conservation, research and restoration of environment, formerly named the World Wildlife Fund. And the second paragraph consists of the panda has become the symbol of WWF. The well-known panda logo of WWF originated from a panda named Chi Chi that was transformed from the Beijing Zoo to London Zoo in the same year of establishment. If we run this code, we get the output of two paragraphs, which consist of the Worldwide Fund for Nature and WWF panda symbol. Next, the article section element specifies independent, self-contained content. An article should make sense on its own and it should be possible to distribute it independently from the rest of website. Examples of where the article element can be used are forum posts, blog posts, user comments, product cards, newspapers, articles. Here is an example which consists of paragraph. Google Chrome is a web browser developed by the Google, released in 2008. Chrome is the world's most popular web browser today. Next, the same thing used for Mozilla Firefox and Microsoft Edge, which the content is splitted into Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, and the Microsoft Edge. Next, header section. The header section element represents a container for introductory content or set of navigational links. The header element typically contains one or more heading elements. The heading elements ranges from H1 to H6, logo or an icon, authorization ship. Next, here is an example for header of an article, where the header H1 contains what does WWF does. Next, we get the output as what does WWF does. Always the header section, which means the heading will be highlighted. Next, the footer elements. The footer elements define a footer for a document or section. Footer element typically contains authorization ship, copyright information, content information, sitemap, back to top links, related documents. You can have several footer elements in one document. Here is an example for footer. The footer, where the paragraph refers to H reference, a H reference which consists of an link. If we run this, we'll get an file or the link which takes to the another file. Next, coming on to the navigation element. The navigation element defines set of navigation links. Here is an example for the navigation, which started the body of the HTML program starts with navigation about navigation. H reference. Here are some of the links which on running the HTML files we get the links. On clicking these links we are navigated to the another page. Next, the elements which are used in HTML are article. Article defines independent self-contained content. Aside defines content aside from the page content. Details defines additional details that the user can view or hide. Figure Specify self-contained content like illustrations, diagrams, photos, code listings. Footer defines a footer for a document or section. Header specifies a header for a document or section. Main specifies the main content of a document. Mark defines marked highlighted text. Navigation defines navigation link. Section defines a section in the document. Summary defines a visible headings for a detailed element. Next, time defines a date or time. Here the end of the topics. Thank you.